Okay, hi everyone, this is Ramona coming back at you. So this is going to be trying to make this a very quick video about the news that we got from Shannon Rose. She finally blessed us and graced us with what it was that she believed that Amber Walter did at her wedding. Now I've been sitting here for a really long time trying to figure out how it is that I was going to make this video, because let me just start by saying this. When things like this happen and two people are up against each other, there is never black or white. It takes two people to tango. And seeing how it's being stretched out so long, I feel like there's retaliation on both sides. I really believe that. There's always a gray area. It takes two to tango. So where do I begin with that? First of all, I want to say that I do believe Shannon at this point. I believe Shannon Rose with the news that she shared with us. Now, it's not because she got restraining orders. It's not because of that. Because I feel like that really is not the clincher. And I did notice that Shannon Rose had said that she was receiving death threats. She was receiving just constant annoyances from Amber Walter. She was constantly throwing things off on her in email. So, why didn't Shannon Rose put those things up? She had no qualms about putting up the restraining order or the text that she got from the detective, So why didn't she show? Okay, so if this was happening to me, that would be beyond stressful, and I would not be settling for any of this, And if I chose to be quiet, it would be because, and I'm assuming this is what Shannon did, it would be because a lot of the time saying less is better, especially if the other person is and they nonstop, because if you are in the right, eventually that person is going to bury themselves with their words, with their trip ups, with their with information clashing against their own information. If you stay quiet long enough, that person will trip up on themselves and they will come out looking like the fool. That's how I feel. I think that's what basically Shannon was probably doing, just staying quiet. Now, do I think that Shannon was being very Mother Teresa-ish I don't think so. I really don't think so. And this is just based on my opinion and my own speculation, which is you have to take in the personality of the person, which I'm talking about Shannon Rose, okay? You'll have to take in the entire person. Now, she has made, and people are watching this, especially the younger audience, you're going to be like, what does her story times have anything to do? What does her story times or her choice of career have anything to do with this case, with this issue? Well, I feel that it does have a big thing, and it sheds light, you know what I mean? In the story times that she tells, this girl is not stupid. Shannon Rose is not stupid. Doesn't sound like she puts up with a whole lot of bullshit from anyone. And I know that she's come across a lot of bullshit that she had to deal with people. Do you know what I mean? Deal with other insane people, crazy situations. I think that she mentioned that she had a stalker before, you know what I mean? And when we go through all those experiences, we tend to learn that the thin skin goes away and we get a thicker skin. But you are more knowledgeable and you are more knowing of people and how to handle them. And I think that I don't believe for one moment Shannon Rose, after her wedding ceremony, concluded that Amber Rose stole her big pack of cards that were filled with, I'm going to guess, $10,000 increments of different amounts, 500, 1,000 and some, you know. I'm going to assume. But I don't think that she was just like, it's whatever, you know, when she came across that news that she has stole that. I mean, so if it, so I already said that I do believe that Amber Walter, from the newest information, and I'm gonna get to why I did kind of side with Amber for a minute, but I'm gonna get to that. But for now, like, I really feel like, Shannon Rose got this news and she believes that these cards were stolen by Amber Walter. She did show pictures, snapshots of Amber Walter being in places where she didn't belong, especially at the card table. Like, you don't belong there, and you know what I mean? Or the fact that she was upstairs, so Shannon and her mom said, not necessarily the mom, I don't think it was mom, but Shannon Rose did say she was just all over the place. People were coming to her saying that she's here, there, wherever she's not supposed to be. And okay, my point in saying that is that I have a hard time believing that Shannon just threw her hands up, knowing that this woman, who she invited to her wedding out of the kindness of her heart, which I think that, you know, she didn't initially get a invitation, but because Amber Walter said, could you please invite me, and then Shannon did invite her, I thought that was like kindness of her heart. It was, you know, it was nice. I mean, she wanted to come and celebrate my ceremony, my wedding ceremony. Hey, why not? Okay, but then when she had found out that she had stole the cards, stole her wedding bouquet, you know, like, those are memories. This is a snapshot moment that you're never going to get back ever again. Not with, you know what I mean? And Amber Walter had taken that away. Like, but I feel like, I don't think that Shannon was just sitting there and just did nothing. I mean, that's just the reality of it. And I know that she has some how would they say, hardcore, hard dive, whatever, fans, who are going to just look at her as this one black or white. Like, she did nothing wrong. She did absolutely nothing wrong to provoke this. You know, no, I honestly don't think. I think that Amber threw the first stone, and Shannon, being who her life summed up to be, because you are who your life experiences are. I think that she wasn't putting up with nobody's bullshit. And I do think that she was like, hell no, I can't do anything to Amber at this point. No, I cannot. And am I going to let her get away with this? No, I'm not. I really don't think that she was just like, oh, well, it's a very unfortunate thing, and let's just get over this. Like, let's just, you know, kindness on my heart. Bullshit. I don't think that Shannon You know, so like every time she pulls out the card, like, damn, this is my friend who, you know, and just memories drip in. Like, do you know what I mean? I feel that pain. Like, that was real. But let me tell you, so judges, let me get to Amber for a minute, okay? Now, I believe Amber because, okay, so there was a time when I was kind of like not siding at all. I was just, my first video that I made, I had put it out there, of facts based on what, and the facts based on what everybody was putting out there. I was just retelling a story what most of you already knew, but a lot of people didn't, and I saw that like a lot of people, they were kind of not in the know what was going on. Some of you guys were like in the know, but kind of half-assed there, like you didn't, you know, you maybe don't live on the internet and you didn't see it all, whatever. So I was just like filling in exactly what happened, and so I wasn't siding at that point, not for Amber, not for Shannon or the girls, okay? So for I mentioned that because some of the people in the comments, they were like, why are you siding? Oh, I see that you're like rubbing up against Amber Walter, but then you coming over here, like, are you two-faced? You're two-faced, right? And I'm like, I don't take sides for anything. This is YouTube. Like, I don't owe anybody loyalties. Like, if I like you, I like you. If I like your channel, I'll watch. You know, I don't own any loyalties. I see YouTube different than you know. So it's not about me. So let me just finish this. So, okay, so with Amber Walter, I really wanted to believe her, though. Secretly, I did want to believe her. I don't know, only because I really do like her channel. And I felt like, to be honest, like, I thought that, okay, so, like, before Amber went to go get the restraining order, I had thought, like, I had thought right off the bat, I'm like, Amber's going to make sure that Shannon Rose never opens her mouth. She'll find a way. You know, I don't know, I kind of just like Amber Walter. I don't know, she's just funny. I like her, I don't know, her channel is like awesome. It's like your favorite TV show. Sometimes you can have a bitch in there or a angel in there, but you just like the show, you know. Okay. I wanted to believe her for a couple of reasons. I believed her. I was kind of siding that way because, I'm going to make this really quick because it's not about me, but I myself have gone through a similar situation where I've had like one person raise up an entire community up against me, and I did absolutely nothing wrong. This person was upset because I broke up with them, and even a year passed, this person came back and again upraised, you know, because the reason why that person had left out was because of a restraining order that I got. But as soon as the restraining order ended, the person came back and did the same thing. So I understand that case. I understand that sometimes there's no rhyme or reason why people do what they do, especially when you're standing over here, you're living your life, you're not doing not one thing, and people are attacking you, you know. I've gone through that. So when I thought about Shannon Rose and I thought about Amber Walter, I kind of put that in. So I was siding with Amber a little bit because, you know, I remember when Shannon Rose had said, hey, there's 3 of us as one of her. I mean, if there's more people saying something, then it must mean that one person's wrong. No, that's not true. That wasn't in my situation. I was one person. They were an entire community. I did nothing wrong, but they were believing in the lies. So I put that on her as well. I wanted to give Amber Walter the benefit of the doubt that she's a really good actress. I don't know, like, I really believed her, and especially when she was out there crying, and then like her words and her passion. I'm like, why would somebody like go to the extent that she did to prove her case, you know? So either she was telling the truth and she was desperate for people to believe in her, which is what I was leaning towards, and you know, I didn't handle it in my case like that, but I can see how somebody, you know, This is her livelihood, which is YouTube, a part of it. You know what I mean? This is her reputation. She's on a huge media, and she doesn't want a whole lot of people thinking that she's in the wrong. So she was defending herself. So that's how I was just like, we don't yet know exactly what's happening here. So I'm going to give Amber the benefit of the doubt. And then Shannon Rose had put out that video. It was a little snippet clip of Shannon put in a bouquet in her backpack. That video, and I'm sorry for anybody who doesn't agree with me, that video was doctored. It was spliced. I don't, now seeing the entire video, I think what happened was Shannon said, I need a video, please splice out, or maybe she did it on her own with oh, my wrist hurt. Maybe she did it on her own, but maybe she was just trying to show, like, instead of having to show the entire video of Amber Walter sitting there, Amber putting it behind the backpack, Amber throwing it up and throwing it in the bag, like, she didn't want to have to show all that. She just wanted to show the quick snippet of her doing that, right? And plus also, you can see in the video now that it's like pulled back. You can see the entire thing. You can see Shannon and her husband dancing, and you can see everybody. So I think that it was doctored for an up close, but it was spliced, because if you look at the bridesmaids, in the back, you will see where that splice was. But I can see now that they were whoever doctored that video was putting one piece together and then putting it together. But unfortunately, okay, so let me finish that really quick. So the bridesmaids in the background, first it's kind of like the person was like leaning over like this, like kind of, you know how like you kind of put your hip on, like, you know, like that. So she was like leaning, and then piece missing, and then she's like leaning this way. And then at the same time, you can see Amber Walter, the flowers pop in her hand and then into the bag. I was like, that's all I need. That is the only clencher right there. That's all the proof that I need that Amber Walter is telling the truth. Anything else, you know what I mean? It's just Amber trying to save face here and like really trying to save her reputation, whatever it is that she was doing. People handle it a certain way. I wouldn't handle it that way. But she was just trying to make people prove her point. And plus, that doctored video, I was like, Shannon's up to something no good, okay? But now I believe Shannon Rose, because now we got to see the entire thing. I don't know why she doctored that video, or her editor did that. It just made it look really guilty. When you put the two pieces together, for whatever reason, you know, like I said, because you didn't want to see you wouldn't have to put out the entire video. It was a long video to look, you know. So I don't know, like, am I missing anything here? Oh, I didn't write notes this time because basically this is just all of my opinion, you know. But okay, so yeah, let me also say that I also believe Shannon Rose, because yeah, her backpack was flat. I remember even in Amber Walter's video that she put up, like the backpack was flat. But I also remember that Amber was saying to Kristen K that we brought two umbrellas. So even if there was two umbrellas in there, it would go from completely flat, right, because it would be a little thickness, but out to here. But when Shannon Rose put up the video, it was ballooned up completely. And I'm sorry if I believe that the bouquet was stolen, and if that was stolen, it's safe to say that you stole the cards, Amber. So, I'm kind of jumping all over this because like I said, I didn't write notes, so I'm definitely trying to like remember all my ideas and my thoughts with this. So, So I just want to also say this one thing, that where that part where I said that I think that Shannon Rose was doing some things behind the scene. I think that she has every right to be upset, and I think that she has every right to retaliate. I think that she has every right to get her friends on board and support her about something that, funky that somebody else did to her. I don't believe, I, oh my gosh, I'm jumping around so badly with this. Okay, so, oh no, I'm not. So, and also, it was said, okay, so like I was saying, like, judges do not give restraining orders out for free. Why is that? Because even if the judge were to say, hey, just for safety reasons, let's just keep you two apart. But a judge would never do that, because that is a tainted mark on somebody else's life, which you don't know how it's going to affect somebody's career, their job. You know what I mean? So, like, say if you wanted to be a daycare teacher, you're gonna have to have a clean record. They want to know you're not nutcase and you're not into trouble. And you're not doing stuff. And for a judge to put a mark on your record just to put a mark on your record, they wouldn't do that. And that is why I feel that Shannon, and I don't know about the other girls, but I feel that they were doing something too. Maybe not Bree, but Kirsten K. I feel like, and maybe Bree, I don't know. But I feel that a judge would never, ever, ever allow for a restraining order if there was no hardcore proof. There has to be without a doubt, proof, 3 proofs or more. Because I read that, I did a little bit of my research because I wanted to make sure. You have to have at least 3 pieces of proof of stalking and harassment before you can try to get a restraining order. So it can't be like this one big thing. It has to be like 3 things or more to prove that this person is stalking me, they're harassing me, I feel in fear of my life or my reputation or what have you. Please, I need some assistance in keeping this person contained and out of my life. And a judge will give the okay for the restraining order. Now, if Amber Walter chose not to get those papers served for whatever reason, she didn't do it. But that's really what it sticks to, right? But I want to say this, like when I got my, can I just say this, because I did go through it. I'm just going by what the girls are saying. But in my case, I did get a restraining order. I never had that paper served. I don't know, this was a domestic case, so I'm not sure if it was served on my behalf and I didn't know it, because the judge gave me the restraining order and I don't know if she was served while she was in court or what have you. And by the way, we were both there, because like the girls were saying that there's no way that we would have like one there, like both not there together. Me and my ex, we were both there together in the same room. It was very highly uncomfortable for me. So that's not true, because I went through it. And I never had my ex served, but that restraining order was stamped solid, and I brought that restraining order around with me anywhere and everywhere I went, just in case like I was attacked or I was up against, and I just pull that out and like call the police and say I have a restraining order of this person and da-da-da. So for them to saying that that restraining order is not in effect unless it's served, I don't know what's going on, because I didn't have my ex served, but it was very much a real restraining order. But this was a different restraining order. I get it. Like, this is a domesticated thing. This is something completely different. so it's not the same situation. So I'm notorious for making like long videos, so I don't want to keep this up. I'm hoping that I said all the right things. I'm hoping that I said all that I was thinking. I'm trying to, like, I'm right ahead right now, just trying to think, like, did I say everything I needed? But okay, so this is my video. So let me end by saying this, and I don't know if anybody's going to get to the end of this, and I don't know if Shannon's going to watch this video. I don't know. But I do want to say, hey, listen, I do believe you. I do believe that Amber Walter stole from your wedding, and I don't believe that you didn't do anything in retaliation. I mean, you could have, or you couldn't have, but either or, I don't blame you for the retaliation. Absolutely, I don't believe you. That was a messed up situation. It wasn't like even something small. This was like your huge one-shot time in your life, your wedding day. Like, you're not going to be able to relive this ever again. You're not going to ever get those initial sentiments from your family and friends. You're never going to get that money back, especially from the ones who couldn't afford it in the get-go. Like, you're not going to get that moment back, and I would have been plenty pissed. But I don't, it's like really, it's really hard for me to believe that. But I just want to quickly say, because I want to be careful with what I'm saying, because in my case, when this happened to me, like my own situation where I had to get a restraining order, I did all my best to keep that person away, and did it make me feel good knowing that that I was winning? There was a feel-good moment there. It felt freaking great to finally have some people who believed me, and and you know what I mean. Only a couple of people. It took years later, after the community got to know me, and they were like, "Fuck no, she's nothing like that ex of mine said." I'm very loving. I'm very caring. I volunteer. I give out money. I give, I do it all, and it's not because I am proving to anybody. It's because I think it's actually fun to do. So I like to see people smile, like, So in saying that, it is a possibility. It is just like the slightest possibility of her just being Mother Teresa, and she just did not retaliate completely. But I feel like not wanting to see that, because I really think, based on Channon and what she's put out there, stripped away from this whole drama with Amber Walter and the wedding thing like that, and like the life that she lived, I'm sorry, but like, I'm not saying she's a bad person, but I just know with life experiences, the more life experiences you have, half of that's going to be pretty shitty, or even a quarter of it, and it does make you become a person with thicker skin, and you're not going to put up with bullshit from a whole lot of people. And if somebody retaliates against you, you're going to stand up and you're going to fight back, and I feel that Channon did fight back. But don't say that you didn't. You know you did, because like a judge would not give out those, And I heard that part where you said, well, I feel that she was the one who sent herself in my name, Channon Rose's name, threatening letters and life-threatening stuff like that. That may be true. Okay, so like, here's another proof that I don't believe that you were just being Mother Teresa and not doing anything with this. The other thing is if somebody did such a harm to me, like what this all came out to be, I'm sorry. I am not trying to call no police department and say, hey, like this person, they may commit suicide and da da da. You know what I mean? Do I think that was a bit of a retaliation? Yeah, I do think that it was a bit of retaliation, because I think that Shannon Rose would know for a fact that Amber Walter is not going to kill herself. Believe me, if she wanted to do it, she would have done it a long time ago. She loves herself way too much to to do that. I mean, like, think about it. Like, Amber Walter got her nose done. She got a body augmentation. This woman is into her body, okay? She may be depressed. She may be powerfully depressed at times. But at the end of the day, this woman's not going to kill herself. She is intact with that. Believe me. Perhaps maybe she's doing it for sympathy or whatever, but Shannon Rose, she's not a stupid woman. I don't think that you can't be in the life that she led. You cannot be. She's smart. She knows that Amber Walter was going to commit suicide. So why would she call? Why would she call the police and say, hey, could you do a wellness check on this girl? Nah, she was just doing that to, you know, like, I'm going to get that bitch back, so. Alright, so I'm going to wrap this up. It's 33 minutes and 40 seconds. So, mwah, mwah, love everybody! And I'm going to make another video for my regular viewers.